All right, let's dive into a real showdown today. We're putting two of the most popular, budget-friendly noise-canceling headphones head-to-head, the Soundcore Q20 versus its newer sibling, the Q30. Which one should you actually spend your money on? Let's find out. So we've all been there, right? You're trying to work, or maybe you're on a plane, or you just want to get lost in your music, but the world around you is just way too loud. You crave that quiet, that little bubble that good noise cancellation can give you. And that's where it gets tricky, because usually that high-end, super quiet experience costs a fortune. So the big question is, how do you get that peace without completely draining your bank account? Well, that is the exact problem these two headphones are here to solve. So let's meet our contenders. In this corner, we have the Soundcore Q20. Think of it as the established veteran. It's been around and everyone knows it delivers amazing value. And in the other corner, the Soundcore Q30, the newer challenger, coming in hot with a bunch of upgraded features. Let's see how they really compare.
Okay, first things first. Round one, sound quality. This is arguably the most important part of any pair of headphones. And you know what? Right out of the gate, this is a much closer fight than you might think.
So when you look under the hood, what's fascinating is that they're built on the exact same foundation. Both the Q20 and the Q30 have these big 40mm dynamic drivers, and they're both certified for high-res audio. That basically means both are engineered from the ground up to give you really crisp, detailed sound that honestly sounds way better than their price tag suggests.
But here's where they take different paths. The Q20 uses Soundcore's bass-up technology, which is awesome if you love that really deep, thumping bass for stuff like EDM or hip-hop. The Q30, though, it uses these fancy silk diaphragms to create a sound that's naturally rich and balanced right out of the box. So it really just comes down to your personal taste. Do you want that extra boosted bass, or do you prefer a more natural sound?
So what's the verdict? Honestly, neither one is just flat out better. They both sound fantastic for what you're paying, they just offer different flavors of great sound. So for round one, we have to call it a tie. This whole showdown is going to come down to everything else.
All right, moving on to round two. And this is where the differences really start to pop. We are talking about the main event, the reason you're probably looking at these in the first place, the active noise cancellation.
And this chart says it all, really. The Q20 is already super impressive, right? It blocks out about 90% of those low-frequency ambient sounds, like a humming air conditioner or an airplane engine. But the Q30 just takes it to the next level, getting rid of a whopping 95%. And let me tell you, that extra 5% is something you can absolutely hear, or well, not hear.
But the real game changer for the Q30 isn't just about pure power. It's about how smart it is. It comes with 3 different ANC modes you can switch between. Transport mode is built specifically for things like airplane engines. Outdoor mode helps cut down traffic and wind. And indoor mode is perfect for silencing the chatter in a busy office. That level of customization is a huge, huge win.
So, with stronger performance overall and those incredibly useful custom modes, the winner of this round is crystal clear. The Q30 definitely takes the lead here.
Okay, let's jump into our final round, where we're going to group together all those other things that really define the day-to-day experience, how they feel, how long they last, and all the little smart features.
Now, both of these headphones are built for comfort. The Q20 has nice, soft memory foam ear cups, but the Q30 just kicks it up a notch with this ultra-soft protein leather wrapped around the memory foam. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference, giving them a more premium feel and making them just a little bit more comfortable for those super long days. Battery life is another area where both of them are absolute beasts, but again, the Q30 just pulls ahead. With noise cancellation turned on, you get a massive 40 hours out of the Q20. The Q30 pushes that even further to a ridiculous 50 hours. That is a ton of listening time.
But hey, it's not a total blowout. One amazing feature they both share is the quick charge. If you're in a hurry, just plug either of them in for 5 minutes and you get 4 full hours of playback. That is a total lifesaver for when you're running out the door.
And finally, we've got the smarts. This is where the Q30 really flexes its muscles as the more modern option. It has multi-point connection, which means you can be connected to your phone and your laptop at the same time and switch between them seamlessly. Plus, it has app support, so you can go in and mess with a custom EQ to get the sound exactly how you want it.
So when you add it all up, the more premium comfort, that extra battery life, and those killer smart features like multi-point and app control, the Q30 easily takes this final round.
Okay, we've gone through the specs, we've compared all the features, now it's time for the final verdict, which really means it's time to help you make the final call.
Because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as the single best headphone for everyone. The right choice is going to depend entirely on your budget, your lifestyle, and what you really value most in a pair of headphones. So let's just break it down nice and simple. Go for the Q20 if you absolutely love that heavy boosted bass from the Bass Up Tech, and if you just want a simple, no-fuss pair of headphones that gets the job done really well. But you should choose the Q30 if you want the absolute best noise cancellation you can get, if you think you'll use those different modes for travel or work, and if you're excited about customizing your sound with an EQ or using multi-point connection.
And that's really what it all boils down to. It's not about which one is better on paper, it's about how you're actually going to use them every single day. Are you looking for a fantastic, simple workhorse? The Q20 is your answer. Or are you willing to spend just a little bit more for smarter, more powerful, and more customizable features? Then the Q30 is calling your name. The choice is all yours.